regularly because this silly thing wasn't working, and now Mrs. Johnson, the Asian woman with the old adventures, is around a few hundred meters away, but I'll catch up with her. But I wanted to start her live from here because that's an environmental education center over in Harbor East, and then there's turtles you can kind of see. When I got angry at the YouTube app, I scared one into the water, but they're still there. They're used to noises here. Yeah, there's a parking garage over there if you're visiting. We're on the street because we're just here for an hour, but the city garages are the best deal if you drive down here. And unfortunately, given the politics of the past 20 years around here, you can't take a train to this area, but you can take one to the older downtown and by the OG Harbor Place and just walk. It's not that bad. Okay, so there's some geese, some ganza. Let's go find Liselle. Okay, so while I'm looking for my wife, she's doing a live from her other social media platform, so it's all good. I just want to do some reflections as YouTuber. So of course we started with the travel niche. It was the Johnson travel journey. I mean, you started as the Asian old woman, but that was kind of like a silly joke, and we wanted to be more serious. So we changed to the Johnson travel journey. But there's so many Johnsons in the world, and there's so many travel blogs. We just changed the name again to the Asian woman's old adventures. And then our niche started shifting. When you YouTube, sometimes your niche will shift. Like you'll start off with traveling, and then things happen. Like we bought a house. There was a lot of repairs, a lot of like garden clearing. So we just became more of a. Well, we also adopted a tabby cat. Hey Ronaldo, thanks for watching. Yeah, we also adopted a East Baltimore brown tabby. Just a run-of-the-mill cat. They turned out to be more than run-of-the-mill. He's our Chester Mergester. Came from a neighborhood of row homes around 3 kilometers back that way, like 2 miles, and totally not like this part of Baltimore. But he's a fun cat. He's very smart, playful, curious. So we started making shorts with him just to get us by when we couldn't really travel, given all our obligations as homeowners, and then a really cold winter. So we ended up getting. Okay, Renal, let me talk with my wife about that. Just see what kind of content you make. But it's probably cool. So we're in a new part. Well, I mean, this is not that new. This was here when I was in college, like 20 years ago, but it's newer than the downtown across the water. Oh yeah, thank you to the 21 Shoulders. Okay, so there's a lot of people down here, even with the 90-degree Fahrenheit. That's around like 33 Celsius, if I'm not correct. So I kind of got to be on the downslide here. So yeah, Liselle wandered off quite a distance because it took me around 10 minutes to update the app, restart my phone, which you got to do sometimes. But we were here. So one of our first vlogs was actually, even though we live in Baltimore, we just live we live closer to Towson now, but we're still in the city. But we lived in what was I going to say? We live closer to the Hopkins and like Charles Village, kind of in the middle of town when we started this vlog. So we did a 1-hour special from the harbor. It was in November, so there wasn't this many people down there. It was actually a good time to YouTube the Baltimore Inner Harbor. And we'll link that once the live's done. Now it's kind of, you're going to create content at the Inner Harbor, don't do it on a weekday at noon because there's a lot of people on their lunch breaks.
Yeah.
Might have to end that this soon because of it, but let's try to find Liselle first. Okay, I'll give you the review. Hey Sophie, yeah, we started about I don't know. Started at around like 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. I tried. Oh, there's the Asian woman with the old adventures. Kind of see her all the way over there making content for her other platform. We're gonna eventually go to the Sandlot. That's the new part. Now, I think something's going to be built over this parking lot, but again, as a former like public transit activist, that just, I mean, that's just not cool with me. I mean, we wouldn't want to park here anyways. It's too hard getting in and out. We're like 5-minute walk away, and it's totally chill. We found a new camping store even by where we parked. Okay, well, let's get Liselle. I'll ask her for her reflections and changing the niche. Thanks for watching, everyone. Oliver, I'm sorry, it's almost 35 Celsius here. It's like in the lower 90s Fahrenheit, so I need to keep my screen light low so my battery doesn't overheat. But hold up. Okay, probably want to see this and not my face. Yeah, I don't know if those boaters would consent to being in the Johnson, the Asian Woman's Old Adventures. Okay. So, we're not going to go for an hour like we did when we did our like non-travel travel blog from here. But let's go finally sell. Okay. Oh, Ronaldo, I wasn't saying that my face is beautiful. I was saying like people want to see if people are watching a travel blog, they want to see the actual scenery. Hi, Pro Gaming. Hi, Jesse Steele. I think, yeah, again, it's hard for me to read the names, but thanks for all your comments. Where is... Okay, Liselle's going this way. Yeah, this is fairly new. I mean, this restaurant, I think, was here, but this is fairly new. Oh. Of course my wife was down here content creating. There's, like, hibiscus here. So I would never say this on Meta Live, but YouTube's a little more chill in this sense. So as a YouTuber, I can say it's okay to say that the climate here has been shifting. We're shifting to a subtropical climate here in Baltimore, similar to, I think when I'm an old man, it's going to be like South Carolina or even Savannah, Georgia here. So these flowers are going to start to become more common here. But for now, they can only live here outside in the summer and in pots. But these are like Florida flowers. And that's all even newer over there. That's where we send our money every month when we pay our electric and gas bill. I'm not going to even comment on them. Okay, let's see. I need to catch up with my wife before I start like spamming this vlog. Oh, thank you, Pro Gaming. Thanks for the sub. Now I would have to. I'm still fairly new with this YouTube live thing, so I guess I can just go in and click all the live chat comments and check out all the content there. That's kind of the old, that's the old new building. This used to be like an industrial, like a lot of factories and warehouses that all got knocked down. Now that's all out in Dundalk by this, near the school where I teach, except that's all new, fairly new too. That's all the harbor, all the working harbors out in Baltimore County or like the edges of Baltimore City. If you guys like heard the news about the bridge collapsing in last year, in late March or right around Easter, that was by the working harbor. That was the Key Bridge. Okay, so we're gonna work our way to the beach over there, but let's get Liselle first. Hi, Barkai. Again, hard to read the names because I have to be on low light on my screen. Remind me sometime to tell the story about how my dad and stepmom had a pet pigeon when they lived in Fells Point. They had 2 pigeons, but one of them died. They rescued it when they were rehabbing the house. That kind of reminds me of the one that lived. Okay. Yeah, that Under Armour's like vintage Baltimore. It started here, like right across the water, actually, like right there, around a kilometer away. And you can take a free boat ride over to where the Under Armour is, where you can see the Anthem House, named after the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, which was written by a guy Francis Scott Key, the guy who the bridge that fell down was named after. He was sitting on the boat watching like British bombs going off, or I don't know. He wrote the bombs, but I don't think they had bombs in 1812. I think they were just like cannonballs, but the flag was still there in the morning, so that's where it came from. And now everything by that site is like named after the anthem. Okay, we're almost caught up to Liesel. Ryan, yeah, I like my cat Chester. He's pretty furry, but I'm not. I'm almost in my mid-40s, so I don't really know much about the whole furry thing. If he asks me about Skibbity, I'll say the same thing. I just know because I teach 4th and 5th graders, and I kind of know about the new culture that's coming up. Okay, we'll probably catch Liesel. Let's see. Okay, they have the Canadian flag up too. I say Happy Canada Day to all Canadians. And I'm, like I said yesterday on my wife's Facebook Live, I'm not that kind of American. Like, I respect the rest of the world too, as long as they're respecting me. So, and I mean, most of my childhood, I lived only 15 kilometers from the Canadian border. So, I mean, I was always respected by, Canadians coming through, at least, or when I went there. Oh. Yeah, I know what furries are. I had a student who identified as furry. It's like, I can respect it, but it's not me. I'm a cat dad, though. I like playing with my cat Chester, and that is one of our blog niches. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for waving here. And we're almost caught up to the Asian woman with the old adventures. Wow. Okay, well, I wonder if those chairs and tables come with a marina slip, or if it's just that belongs to that boater. I always see something different here. Honey. She's live too, but I've been reflecting on our two niches, so I was able to get it working with the YouTube, with the app, the app update. Yeah. A palm tree, again, the palm trees really only grow around here in like a maintained garden, but I think they probably do survive the winter now. Again, I would never say this on, oh, look at all. Okay, in Filipino, that's called a Maya. Still haven't found, for those of you who follow our bird watching videos, I still haven't found the Mayang verde, the green sparrow, the henslow sparrow. Lives near where my father and stepmother, like, part-time live now in Deep Creek Lake, Western Maryland. Totally different from this part of Maryland. Yeah, more hibiscus. Gotta be careful, because people are eating lunch over there. The lunch might cost the same as our weekly grocery bill, but we gotta let them eat in pace. Yeah, so that's the older part of downtown Baltimore there. That's in that, like, pillar. That, like, triangular thingy is the aquarium, and then the low building with the green roof, that's the old Harbor Place. A little older than I am, so I heard it's going to get knocked down, and then there'll be a new stuff there. So there's always, even if you're in the same place, like living, there's always new places to travel locally. And there's always bird watching, right, geese? So, hello, everyone's saying Sylvie, say, No, we're not today. It's a little hot today. But that's actually, it's funny you say that. That's the free harbor connector boat. We are going to ride a boat later this summer, though, and feature it in this channel. Like, my wife wants to go back to the statue. She's over there live streaming on another social media platform, but in the pink shorts. Hopefully you can just see her and not people who probably don't want to be in this live. That is... But if we have a nicer weather day and we're just here and we have to work, but we're off for the day, like today, we'll take that boat and we'll go to the Federal Hill, Locust Point side, where like everything except for Domino Sugar is named after the national anthem, which I'm not gonna beat like a dead horse again. I think every American knows the story, and if you're not American, you can just look it up. But again, we try to travel everywhere, respect all. I'm not that kind of American, if you know what I mean. And again, I would never say that on Meta. That's kind of sketchy there these days. But hey, my wife has fun there. That's actually where she's streaming right now. But YouTube is a little more chill. Okay, well, I'm gonna end this soon so I can join my wife. But there's we'll link our hour walk. Probably covered 5 kilometers from over that way, all the way into Fells Point, and then we drove up to North Avenue, and you're kind of the other side of Baltimore. If you ever heard of The Wire, you would know that. And we have some friends that live up there, though, and that's also where our cat Chester, shouts to Chester, guarding our house right now up near Towson, still in the city, though. He came from deeper in the city by North Avenue. And he's our OG well, he doesn't have OG Chester don't have OG status until he gets Swim Shady and actually beats the stuffing out of Swim Shady. But he is I don't know what kind of boat that is, but it's probably chill to film. It's a working boat. Okay, there's the free boat again. Yeah, another reason we're not doing all day at the harbor now, because it's I am still, even though I'm on summer break, I am still working part-time. I have a kiddo over the summer who's getting an IEP to send off to middle school, so I have to write that. That's not too fun, so I won't get into that. But and also Liselle's still working, so we're just down here for the day, because again, I don't have to be in school today all day, but I am doing summer school, so it's mostly going to be Chester again. But then in August I have 2.5 weeks off. Liselle's going to have some time off, so we're hoping to actually take a boat ride to the Statue of Liberty, revisit it, and maybe around here too. But we'll definitely be back when all the old harbor buildings over there get updated, maybe 5 years from now. All right, well, we almost made it 20 minutes. Okay, I gotta find my wife. I want her to sign off too. And speaking of my wife, shout outs to Grace and Rhea and all our partners in the Philippines with our content creation across the platforms, and thanks for everything you've done with us. And I know it's probably it's middle of the night in the Philippines, so I'll see this in the morning there. I'm gonna end this soon, honey. I've been telling people who are watching, we're just here for a short time revisiting, but we'll definitely be back when all those buildings get torn up and rebuilt in a few years. Yeah, except, well, I mean, the downtown, the ones that are behind Liselle's head are not going to be torn down, but... the Hard Rock is, you see those 4 smokestacks? That's right there.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't think I would consider eating lunch there, but I don't think we have enough time in the. We don't have enough time in the parking meter, honey. Yeah, we'll get something to eat when we're driving up to Mikio. Anything you wanted to share? Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. We'll just say bye. Just say bye to everyone. I already reflected on her having 2 niches, and that's a hard thing to figure out, but we'll do it. The cat blogging and the travel blogging, including travel close to home. Bye for now. Okay, how do we end this?